Test, test, test. Can you hear me now? Oh, that's so weird. Man, that's like really strange. My like default recording device got reset or something. I don't know. I don't know what was picking up, but okay, I think that should be good now. There's no music because I was just dropping frames a couple seconds ago. So yeah, I'm not gonna play music at least just for like a little bit until I can recover the stream quality that I have tarnished in the past 5 minutes. I don't know how it went so downhill so fast. So if Reincarnate was 2 mana and it was useful because it was 2 mana. Okay, yeah, so the Hearthstone music was playing. Well, that was good at least. I was saying stuff. I was just talking to myself like an idiot. Can probably make this a 3-minute 2-4 because maybe that's pushing it a little bit. Reincarnate was never an amazing card, and you have to. You're partially you're paying is it just can't be like 1 mana or 0 mana because it's really easy to just play whenever. So the effect isn't really worth 2 mana. It's just worth some mana, I guess. So I think 3-minute 2-4 might actually be fair. Yeah, the Bog Champ deck. Actually, I don't know if the Bog Champ deck had Reincarnate in Standard. I think it did, because it was during Whispers of the Old Gods. Man, that feels like it was less long ago than it really was, if that is the case. I almost want to call it like Nirvana Seeker, or something to do with Nirvana, even though obviously that's not really a Warcraft concept, unless there is some Nirvana equivalent. I doubt it though. Copyright issues? No, Nirvana is like a term in in the Buddhist religion. It's it's the goal of the Buddhist path, and I think from my very very limited knowledge, you essentially rebirth until you reach nirvana, or reincarnate essentially. I believe. Oh, okay. Okay, I wasn't sure if you knew. We won't go for Nirvana Seeker. We'll just go for like a reincarnate play on words. So reincarnate. How can we morph this into a minion name? Is there a name for like death shamans? What are the 4 shaman specs? Or the 3? I don't know Warcraft at all. There is elemental enhancement restoration. Well, death is not one of those. Maybe Spirit Binder was fine. Spirit Binder Torment. Probably cut out when I mentioned the art source because I was muted, but it's Annika Mar, ANNIKAMAAR. I'll go with Spirit Binder Torment. It feels Blizzardy in a way. They have these weird names that are actually really cool. Okay, cool. Oh no. What the heck? What is this card? It's so weird. Let's make a monk card. Okay. Battle cry. Give your hero focus. What does focus do? No one knows. Is it dumb for Hunter to get a card that's like deal 2 damage to a minion and both heroes? Call it like split shot or something dumb like that. Is this a valuable effect? It's like I know Hunter doesn't get a self damage hero, but it's just like a slight downside because deal 2 damage to a minion and the enemy hero. That's yeah. I mean you're all right. I just thought it would be interesting to put it in Hunter. I'll just scrap it. I'd like to highlight a card that Acid No Bravery made a while ago that I really like. I just kind of saw it today. Well, you saw it today. It was in his application, but it's discover a minion. If discover a minion from your deck, if it has none, craft a Zombeast instead. I think this card is really cool because it uses the Spell Hunter requirement as both a way to like augment a card but also upgrade it, because like 1 mana discover minion from your deck is actually pretty good, and like that could just be a standalone card, and then by adding the second clause you can make it a completely new card or a completely dual purpose card. So someone could get this card who's like a minion hunter player, not that minion hunter exists, but you know, like regular hunter, but then someone could get this card and be like, well, I don't like hunter decks but I do like spell hunter, and now it's a spell hunter card. So yeah. But anyway, like I think it's very neat. He made it like probably a year and a half ago at this point. It was for Witchwood, but like it's really cool how this card just has like a very clear dual purpose. So I think it would be cool if we could work something around this. Yeah. It's just like for this is just like 2 cards in one basically for a lot of players, and it has like a slight edge case of being useful if you have no minions in your deck. Like if you put minions in there but you don't have any. I was thinking about doing something maybe with tribes, so like draw a Murloc from your deck. If you have none, if it has none, do something else instead. Or like, we've made a lot of chef cards on stream. This isn't a completely different direction, but this thing I think is just kind of cool is Battle Cry. Destroy a random Murloc in your deck to restore 4 health or 5 health to your hero, whatever, doesn't matter. And then put it on like a 2-minute 2/2. Drew a mech and a beast. Yeah, or like just menagerie stuff is cool in my opinion. Okay, I actually kind of like this card as like a neutral. I know that like chefs are overdone, and especially on the stream, we've made like at least we've made like 3 chefs on stream. I don't know why it's such a fallback flavor, but my goal with this card is to make a card similar to Finja, which is like getting Murlocs to be played in decks that aren't strictly Murloc tribe decks. Because you could just run like the 2-minute 2/1 charger, or like another Murloc that is somewhat useful to non-Murloc decks, because that's basically what the Finja decks did. I mean, of course, they ran a full package so that they could get the board, but and then it's kind of an anti-aggro card. So yeah, I kind of like this idea. We'll tweak the numbers a bit, but and then I do want to actually just go back and I want to revisit the what am I even trying to say? Revisit the discover a minion if you have none. That thing. Yeah, that thing is like I completely forgot about that until you just mentioned it. But the anything can happen deck, like, it's so cool to me at least. It might not be cool to other players. Other players might think it's tacky. So this is kind of a selfish card, but it's so cool to me when there's stuff like Murlocs being run in combo decks, and like the anything combo was just like 10 mana, deal like 20 damage to your opponent, and you had to like play the specific Murlocs basically. I don't know why that's so cool to me. It just is. Like the water decks were cool. The anything decks were cool. I can't really think of anything else. I guess the Curator was cool because people ran Murlocs in non-Murloc decks. It was a bit less cool because Cold Light Oracle existed, and it was just like, okay, well, this barely feels like a Murloc. It more just feels like, I don't know, a card that has a Murloc tribe on it. But there's this classic art by, did we use this art on stream? Hold on. I think we might have. I think we ended up using different chef art. Oh, no, wait. We definitely used this art on stream already for a different card. It was called the Victory Feast. So hold on. Do you need to find different art? Okay, I've got different art though. This art's good. Yeah, a lot of people use that art. It's good art. It's nice and like Warcrafty. Gosh, I can't actually find the art source for this. It's by a Chinese artist, so it's like really tough for me to figure out which website is like actually the art source. And there is like a watermark, but it's in Chinese, so I don't think I'll be able to find an art source for this one. I'm not sure what to name this card though. And of course, This card thins your deck, in quotation marks. Fry Fisher. Like fly fish, but also like fish fry, fishing fry. Fry Fisher. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Okay, that's a pretty small hex box, but it's better than the alternative. And then I think the numbers just need to be tweaked a bit. The pun alliteration combo, yeah. I think 6 health rather is almost like you want people to use the card. Well, I mean you don't want it to be broken, but people want a reason to use it, so I think the days of anti-Keelbot being a strong neutral healing card are over. The landscape of health in Hearthstone has definitely changed a lot. 3 mana 2/5. Maybe. I think I've designed a lot of 3 mana 2/5s recently. And I do want to keep it a bit varied. As I say that, a 3 mana 2/4 pops up on the left. That should be proof enough. No, I'm just kidding. But like anti-Killbot used to be like, if you can play anti-Killbot, you have a good chance of stabilizing against an aggro deck, but like those days are long gone. Aggro decks, like, you really gotta stabilize against them more than just with your health. You have to have the board against them. So I feel like you can really crank this card up. I feel like 6 is probably reasonable to the point where you don't want Murloc like decks to start running it. Not like that you don't want this to be used in any deck, but like decks that are like aggro Murloc decks. They don't care much about healing, but like if they can get a lot of healing for cheap, they'll probably do it. Maybe I'm wrong with that analysis, but I feel like 6 health is probably good. I'll go with that. And all this Murloc thinking got me thinking about a really dumb card idea called Murgle. It's a 3 mana rogue spell. I'm not sure what it does. Some burgle card. Maybe Thief Murloc Rogue is too much of a stretch to be worth this pun. I feel like that's probably too much of a stretch. But in any case, I do want to revisit the discover a minion from your deck if there are none idea. Okay, I have a crazy idea. What about like 4 mana Paladin? This is so crazy. Maybe 3 mana, because this card... Okay. Draw a Murloc from your deck for each dragon that started in your deck. Very large brain. Do you think it's a neat idea? If not, like, workable at least? Divine favor replacement. We could swap out the tribes and move it to a different class. Could be a Hunter Witchwood card that draws beasts. Oh, that's like a different effect though. I wanted to utilize the started in your deck thingy. I think that's kind of neat though. Draw an elemental for each totem you control. That could be like 2 mana probably. Also, like, I have a really good art for this card, so I've used it before, but not on stream. Considering my stream cards to be in a slightly different canon than the rest of the My Cards universe. The flavor is let me show you the art. I have to find it. Okay, hold on. Gotta find this thing real quick. This was like, okay. The art source is Cindy Works on Tumblr, I think. Yeah, on Tumblr. Here we go. Even though I know Worgens aren't beasts, and the art clearly depicts a Worgen in a dragon costume. I once made a card with this art called Costume Hearthstone, and that was the peak of my design career. Maybe something like draconic. I mean, it really should be like a Proto Drake themed card, probably, rather than. Ooh, draconic culling. That's actually cool. The art probably doesn't fit though. It needs to be a really goofy flavor if we're going for this art. I could probably just go for like a Proto Drake art. Like an evolutionary heritage flavor, basically. think this art is by... Hold on, I have to get it real quick. Laurel D. Austin, I think. I don't know exactly. I have to download it though. Alright, let's see. Okay. It's the Violet Prototype art, but... The missing link, maybe, something like that. Yeah, evolutionary link. That's probably better. And then now that it's in Hunter, it should probably, and it's drawing beasts, it should probably be 4 mana. You could get this to be, you know, you could get this to be draw 4 mana, draw 10 cards. Like, okay, the highest you would probably ever want it to be is, I want to say 6 cards. I think with 7 cards, you have a chance of drawing so many dragons that your deck is going to be so top heavy that you can't sustain that. And at some point, like, 4 mana, draw 7, you're going to draw a bunch of dragons. And even if you're building an aggro deck, like a third of those 7 cards are going to be dead. So I think 6 is probably the best you want. And that's 4 mana, draw 6 beasts. So you're required to have both 6 beasts in your deck and 6 dragons in your deck. Well, you need to put 6 dragons in your deck, and then you need to have... Did I say Murlocs or something? I don't know. But I think, like, 6 is the... Like, if you draw 6, you're probably still drawing too much. So I think it's fine. Like, I think most people will end up putting this in a deck with 4 dragons, maybe. 4 mana, draw 4 beasts is, like, insane. But you have to run 4 dragons, which, like, Hunter doesn't really run dragons ever. So this is probably good. And then I'm putting it in Witchwood, actually, because they had, like, dragons and stuff. Okay, we still haven't fulfilled our initial quest. This happened earlier on the stream. We were top downing a card, and like in the process of top downing that card, we stopped and designed 2 whole cards because like we wrote a cool idea, but then we're like, well, it doesn't fit the flavor exactly, but we can just like make it something else. But this time we are going to officially do the Discover a Minion card. So it could be Discover a Minion from your deck, could be Discover a Spell from your deck. We've just designed 2 tribal cards, so I probably don't want to do tribes, but it could be draw a weapon, I guess? There aren't really weapon-themed decks. It could be draw a secret. Okay, I think secret might be something to look for. Draw a secret from your deck. Though it's really not. It's not like a challenge to not put secrets in your deck. You just don't put it in there. It's pretty much a challenge to not put minions in your deck. So, and you probably don't want a deck that has no spells. The last time we had decks with no spells was like Keliseth with. I mean, they had spells, but they were the spiteful Keliseth decks, which were not that fun. Well, they were alright. That's fine, but. If you have none, discover 3 secrets instead. Okay, I kind of like that, except I'm trying to push or reward existing archetypes rather than try to push like a spellless hunter. Though actually, with Call to Adventure and Christology, I think Paladin has the potential to thin out, and even with like Call to Arms and stuff like that, which obviously is not standard, but like Paladin kind of has some minion tutoring, and they've gotten these like spell minion cards, like a new challenger. So I think if any class was to get a next spell deck, like spell only restriction, it would be Paladin. So I actually like that a lot. So, alright, so some Paladin spell, probably 1 mana, just to copy acid. Discover a minion from your deck. If it has none. And then we just need a reward. So what is something Secret Paladin would struggle with? And it doesn't... They would need better weapons, though? Oh, you're saying because Secret Hunter, or Spell Hunter relies a lot on weapons? I guess you're right. But I mean, regardless, what's something they would struggle with? Their hero power summons board presence. So that's like a start. They have stuff like Christology, so they don't actually need to. They can actually run minions. They just need to run a limited amount. They have Call to Adventure and Christology, meaning like they can actually run minions. So they can run select stuff. They have healing. They have definitely sufficient spell healing with Flash of Light and Holy Light. I know Holy Light's not great, but they have like decent removal. Like Paladin's always struggled with removal, but they still have Equality. They still have Shrink Ray. They don't have Wild Pyro generally. They do have like a decent minion presence. They have a new challenger. Of course, they do have a lot of buffs, which is like kind of anti-Paladin, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, Hunter for a while was like such a minion-focused class, and then they just were like, okay, well, minions are useless now, in Spell Hunter at least. So I think, what does Paladin want? Or what does a Spell Paladin want to be successful? So you're saying weapons. I don't know if there is a way to work weapons into this card. I mean, it could just be like, if you have none, equip a 3/3 weapon. That's probably too much. Like 3/2 weapon. What do you think about that? Or probably call it a hammer. Or some paladin flavored weapon. Hammer works. Do you think it's a They don't have enough minion presence, surely? You don't think hero power plus a new challenger is enough? Let me think. They have... I mean, rather than let me think, how about I go on to Hearthstone and actually look, because you shouldn't just guess when you're making cards. So they have, from their spells, they have, in Standard at least, because in Wild, they do have a bit more with, like, Muster for Battle and stuff. And do remember, Albosh, that like I said, you can actually still use Christology and put minions in your deck, but they have Call to Adventure, a new challenger. Um, Damn, that's pretty much it. Okay, you're right. So it probably should summon minions before um, equipping weapons. I mean, it doesn't have to. Like, my card shouldn't try to be like the one card. This card shouldn't be like one mana create a new archetype. Like Spell Hunter required Roktalar and To My Side, um, and Spellstone. So like obviously I'm not trying to fix all the problems that a theoretical Spell Paladin deck would have. So I think I kind of like equipping a hammer. I think it's a good start. Obviously they would need to print more minion focused Spell Paladin cards. Yeah, actually, you can run a couple like you can run like four one cost minions, pull those with Christology, and then you can put one big guy, and you can tutor that with Call to Adventure or like, actually you can't use Switch with Piper because you don't want to put more minions in your deck. But yeah, the more I'm just like spitballing and theory crafting, I would actually really like to see a Spell Paladin deck. I didn't really like how Spell Hunter was handled, and I think Paladin's like surprisingly a very good place to go for a next spell deck. But anyway, you can wrap this card up. I think I'll just go with equip a 3/2 hammer. And we can make that a rare because it's really not that like exciting. Oh wait. Okay. But yeah, this is actually interesting. Um, I'm processing what you just said. Let me think. So, I mean, obviously, like 2 mana discover spell from your deck was like pretty good in a class that had a lot of good important spells and spell cost reduction. How good is discover a minion from your deck? I don't think it's that scary, Durio, especially because this is not going to be an aggro deck in any capacity. Nothing like Spell Hunter, because they don't have. I mean, they don't have Wolf, they don't have To My Side. I don't think it's really that scary. Worst case scenario, it shuts down like your 1 and 2 drop or something like that. I'm just gonna leave it at requires playtesting. That's probably the like cop out answer, but 1 mana discover deck might be too good. You're right. I think ideally this card would be playtested. And then we just need a flavor. I think you said something about the flavor, right? Last call recruitment. Oh yeah, like a last call for minions type of thing. You know, like final call. I know it's kind of a dumb name, but like I feel like that's what people say when it's like final call for. I don't know. Maybe too, like not immediately obvious what I'm trying to refer to. Okay. Be careful with the Christology comparisons because the buffs have been out for like a day, and a lot of people are worried about them potentially having overbuffed Christology. But yeah. What about Last Ditch? Last Ditch recruits. Or Last Ditch Efforts, probably. Yeah, it works. Okay. Yeah, we talked a lot about this card, but I think it was a good. I think it was a good talk. I'll leave it in classic, indicating that it's supposed to come from a future set, or we'll give it a custom emblem. No, I'm just kidding. Let me find the art source real quick. Oh shoot! I just highlighted everything on the page. Yeah, I know, same. I kind of want Spell Paladin. Never thought I'd say it, but I think this art is by Lobo Borges. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But yeah. Shall we design another Spell Paladin card? Probably not. I don't know why, but like it always worries me when I push custom expand or like custom not custom, but like new archetypes as a designer because I always worry that like it won't stand up to what Blizzard makes. And then they go and print stuff like Bomb Warrior and I'm just like, okay, I can do whatever I want. It doesn't matter. No offense to Bomb Warrior. It's kind of funny actually. Like I crafted Bomb Warrior recently just because I opened Blastmaster Boom and I have like not a lot of cards because I haven't been playing recently. Um, it should draw the card from your deck. Oh yeah, you're right. I think it would be a bit much for the wording, but maybe it can just be 1 mana to draw a minion from your deck, or maybe then it's 2 mana. So that would change the card a lot. But like a potentially better but different iteration would be like 2 mana, draw a minion from your deck. Could be 1 mana maybe. If you have equip a like 4/2 or like a better weapon, a 3/3 or something like that. But yeah. Does Masters Call draw? Masters. Discover a minion from your deck. I don't know. Oh, it does? Oh, shoot. Okay, well, our last card was perfectly fine then. Yeah, I guess you're right. Shadow Visions does specify copy. But yeah, like, the Discover wording has become very subjective over the years. Yeah, I mean, that's the wording I would prefer. I usually like being very clear when you're using Discover because it can mean a lot of things. Where shall we go next, though? I'm fresh out of ideas for right now. I guess we'll do a line of Arcane Dust. Wait, someone said that recently. Like, I think it was in the Discord. It might have been you, but it made me laugh so hard. I don't know what's up with Hearthstone Circle Jerk right now, but, like, they're so obsessed with, like, drugs and just, like, replacing random cards text with drugs. Like it's so weird. I don't know where that came from. That's just their new obsession, though. Okay. Is this a dumb idea if we completely top down this card by calling it barrel fish shooter? Because he's shooting fish in a barrel. Wow, guys, I have an idea for a never before seen card idea. Battle cry. Summon a 1/1 fish. Choose an enemy minion for it to attack. Never seen this idea before. This idea is like completely obsolete now that we have Rush. Somewhat thankfully. I mean, this is slightly different than Rush because it can go through taunt or whatever, or target friendlies, but... yeah. The cropping is not the best. I mean, I have a dumb idea. It doesn't really fit with this card idea, but like... what about just like a better raid leader? Like a 3-mana 3/3 raid leader with a downside. Enemy minions have taunt, your minions have +1 attack. It doesn't fit with the flavor of shooting fish in a barrel. This card probably wants to do something random. Oh, actually, I had an idea for a card a while ago. I guess today is just the day of reusing old card texts, but it was just bouncing blade on a minion. So like, battle cry, deal 1 damage to other random minions until one dies. That's a slightly different wording than bouncing blade, but I think it's a bit more modern. And if bouncing blade wasn't scary in warrior, there's probably no other class that can abuse it, so I don't think we need to worry about it being abused. Probably just make sure it's balanced, which bouncing blade being a pretty bad card, maybe a 4-mana 3/3 is balanced. I think I'm going to go with the wording I had before because this one is just very long. Deal 1 damage to... oh, I guess it's kind of unclear actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the annoyingly wordy wording because it's most clear. Deal 1 damage to another random minion. Repeat until a minion dies. That's exactly Bouncing Blade's wording. Maybe like 4 mana 3/2. Because Bouncing Blade is 3 mana, so... the card was weak back then. Probably use effect is worth like 2 mana. So this is like on a 2 mana stick basically for 4 mana, which is probably balanced. Though it is neutral removal, so probably call it 5 mana. Then it's exactly Bouncing Blade plus a 2 mana 3/2. Can probably deserve to be like a 4/2 now. This art is by Baldi Kanjin. Wait, hold on. Maybe that's incorrect. No, that's correct. Okay, it's Baldi Kanijin. Konijn. Wow, he has some really cool art on his art station. Yeah, nice against a Mage's Giant Conjuring board. When's the earliest they can get that out? Like turn 5, right? No, it's like a bit later than that. I mean, with Khadgar and stuff like that, it's usually a bit later. I mean, if they stick the Giant on 4, then I guess they can do it. So I guess this is probably good on 5. Turn 5 is best case. Okay, this card is good then. I'll keep it classic. Me Shaman can get a 0 mana spell. Man, it's kind of crazy that like card logo. Can you explain? It's kind of crazy that 0 mana Shaman spells are like all of a sudden kind of scary. Like Shaman went from like not having a chance of Miracle Shaman being a thing to Spirit of the Frog enabling some pretty cool stuff. But anyway, my idea was a card called Halaziel's Blessing. And it's just your spells have lifesteal this turn. Oh, the emblem? Because wasn't this Omega Mind's effect as well? So it's like definitely a minor Shaman theme. Omega Mind. If you have 10 Mega Curls, your spells have lifesteal this turn. Yes. So I think it's reasonable as a 0 mana spell. Yeah, so you can, there's like, of course the official ones, there's the custom ones. There's also a couple other like custom ones that you can do with like custom emblem, I think. Alright, is it capital? But like I'm pretty sure you can just like type random numbers and find different ones. If you want to get like a picture of yours turned into there, you have to ask the site creator. Basically, there's no way to do it. Yeah. Two mana, really? I mean, maybe 1 mana. I feel like you're definitely right in that 0 mana is too much. But you really think 2 mana? Inverts healing for a turn. Oh yeah. Embrace the shadows. Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, I kind of forgot about Hagath's scheme. Shaman can really get some insane damage nowadays. Also, this is like literally Art of Halaziel. I'm like almost certain. So that's cool. We can change the name a little bit. This is also Matt Dixon art from the World of Warcraft trading card game. So chaining it to your next spell doesn't really fix it, because best case scenario is Hagath's scheme. And that card is already really good. Well, yeah, it's a really good card. I think Hagath's scheme almost makes it so this can't exist. I think best case is we just make it Halaziel's Vengeance. We make it 1 mana, and we put it in Knights of the Frozen Throne. That's fair, right? Because Lifesteal was introduced in Knights of the Frozen Throne. I think this is a pretty like simple, common showcase of the effect. And it's Vengeance because it's undeadness or something. I don't know. It's always a bit weird, like designing a spell or a card and then like not imagining it in standard, because you have to like try to retroactively fit it. But I mean, the card is balanced at 1 mana, right? And it's interesting at 1 mana. Like, it's an interesting effect. Interesting enough. Like, it's been on a legendary and an epic, but this is probably like basic enough for a common. That's my thinking, at least. And like, it is disproportionately good with AoE, so that's just like an unavoidable issue of the card. I don't think every card needs to be super dynamic in the way that it plays. And like, Shaman had Healing Rain for a while, which was like some really good healing. So actually, they don't have Healing Rain. That was KNC. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna go with this. Good old rain days. I keep telling myself, oh, I forgot to update the title. I'm like so bad at counting. There's like, if you go to the channel, I haven't updated the titles in a really long time. I don't know what I'm gonna title them. I started titling them with like the actual dates, and then I switched to like putting day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. Okay, I can make a rager, but anyway, if you go through the channel history, I haven't changed any of the names. So there's like 2 day 6s, there's like 3 day 13s. Now there's gonna be 2 day 17s because I always forget to change the day count. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that I've been meaning to like. I was going to go through all the cards and sort them and see what rarities I make the most and what classes I make the most, just so we can get a bit more diversity. And I guess, Albash, if you're still here, because I know, Dario, you're probably still here. You probably haven't left in the 5 seconds that I've said something. But would you be interested in seeing me basically go through all the cards I've made? And instead of streaming Hearth cards, I would stream like a spreadsheet. And I would just rate each card on like design, balance, flavor, and like plus comments. And I would just go through every card in one stream, rate it, and then like, yeah. Would that be interesting for you to see or no? Because I'm going to do that anyway. Sounds fun. Okay. I mean, I might as well stream it. If people aren't interested, then they won't watch, and that's fine. Because I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm probably going to do it either soon or at the end of the month, because I'm the streaming thing is like for a month mostly. I'm gonna try to do like 30 days of streaming, basically 10 cards per day. So at the end, I'm gonna have 300 cards, and I'm gonna rate all of them and pick out like the best 10. That's basically the goal, and then create some like lessons learned, basically, or how I did improve my designs, or where my worst designs, stuff like that. Just like a reflection post, basically. So like every card will get reviewed at some point. I'm not sure if I should just do it entirely off stream at the end of the month, or partially on stream right now. If you guys think that it sounds like a good idea, then I'll probably stream it. Like, I might as well. It's low effort for me. But yeah. Anyway, back to the card. So with that said, I might, if because some days like I'm just not in a design mood. I mean, I think that goes for everybody. Like sometimes you just don't really want to design cards. One of these days, probably in the next couple of days, I'll probably be like, well, shit, I don't feel like making a card, and I'll just review cards because it's like really low effort. Well, not low effort, but just it's like relaxing. So I'll probably do that sometime this week and do like the first 200 cards that we've made, and then I'll do like another smaller stream on like day 31 to wrap it up. I would like to be able to post announcements on YouTube. Like, I know you can like make posts. They have like a post feature, but you need to have like 1,000 subscribers. So I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But anyway, I shall make a rager, as much as it pains me to. Has every rager been a common? That's true, right? The only rager that's not a common is Core Rager, everyone's favorite rager. And every single rager has at least a 5 or a 1 in the attack and health. Which is reasonable, because that is the whole meme, 3 mana 5/1. But I'm wondering if there's a way to make a rager that still feels like a rager without having a 5 or a 1 in the attack. Probably not possible to do that. And now we learn with Faceless Ragers that Ragers can actually have a lot of health. I really like Faceless Rager. It's a very cool card. I don't want to just straight up copy Faceless Rager and make it a 3 mana 1/5 Amgam Rager that copies a friendly minion's attack. But that is certainly something we could do. This one would actually probably be really strong compared to Faceless Rager. Actually, it's probably about the same power level. Tar Creeper is a Rager? No. Is it a 1/5? It is, right? Yeah, it is. There's a lot of 1/5s. Like, actually there isn't, but there's a couple. Okay, I feel like this is too inspired by Faceless Rager. What about just like 4 mana 1/5 Battlecry summon a 5/1 Magma Rager? Or 5/1 Rager. 4 mana 6/6. Probably is fine. I don't think this is breaking any metas. It's the inverse of the 4 mana 5/1 with Death Row summon 5/1. Oh yeah, I forgot about that card. What's that called? That had a really weird flavor, didn't it? Or was it a Rager? I just remember it was from KNC, that's all I remember. And then it was run in Druid decks. I'm trying to find it right now. What was this card called? It wasn't a Druid only card, right? It was neutral. Was it rare? Why can't I find it? Cobalt something. This is driving me crazy. Oh, wait, no, I thought I saw it, but it was just Cobalt Illusionist. Oh, wait, you know what? Okay, I found it. Do you want to see why I didn't immediately recognize it? I was looking at the arts. I'm going to just post a screenshot in the voice text chat. Like, I was scrolling through Searchstone, and I was like, no, that's just Boisterous Bard, and I just kept scrolling. But it's Cursed Disciple. Yeah, and it was just a kobold, it wasn't a rager, but anyway. Okay, I think the conclusion is that this 4-mana 1/5 is fine, if not bad. I actually want to make this have a token card and use the like the flavor will be like Party Thrower. It'll be a Karazhan card, and the Rager will not be a Magma Rager. It'll be a the Disco Rager. The reference could be like a Gatsby reference if possible. What is that? Is it called a Disco Rager? I know that it was in an adventure at one point. Or not adventure. One of the tavern brawls had it, I think. Portal Tavern Brawl. Not too many portals. Party Portal. Okay, Party Elemental. I found it. The full art is really small. I think the art... The art will be something from Karazhan, probably. Like someone throwing a party. I'm sure there's some unused art that's really good. There always is. Okay, I can't find any good art. I'm gonna be real honest. Oh, the one of the Medivh's art, right? I can use that. Okay, Medivh's. It's from the same brawl. Medivh's. Okay, yes. I think I have the suitable flavor for this card. I want the name to somehow reference Great Gatsby if possible. I feel like that's the most notorious party thrower in history. Or in like socio-cultural collective consciousness. What does the Great Gatsby called everyone? Old Sport? That's probably too obscure of a reference. 5-1 Elemental. Rager Rager is like a colloquial term for party in America. So I kind of want to keep it as Rager because he's like bringing the party. And the Party Elemental is not even a common. I'm gonna change the name to be Party Rager. It's also the Party Elemental is like a 3-mana 3/2 in the adventure or in the Tavern Brawl. So yeah, I'm not sure about the name of this card. You didn't see the Rager pun? Yeah, I don't think many will. I mean, thankfully it wasn't a top-down card, so like, it is a bottom-up card. Master of Ceremonies, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna go with Master of Ceremonies. Could probably use a slightly better name, but it also like inadvertently it's like the same exact card as what is the 3-mana 1/3 the Pantry Spider. I feel kind of bad now. Isn't Pantry Spider is Pantry Spider summoned a 1/3 or 3/1? Okay, it summons a 1/3 at least, so it's a bit different. I don't know why, like, that's just a coincidence that there happens to be two similar cards now. I'll go ahead and make the Party Rager card though, because I've been stuck on this card for so long. I want to get it over with. I wonder if I can type it in here. Party Elemental. Oh my gosh, I got it. Do I get the art? Hello? Oh, I got the art. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. Party Rager. It should be 4 mana for the sake of actually, what is Pantry Spider's token? I'm pretty sure it's 3 mana. Yeah, it is. In this case, I think it should be 4 mana instead of 3 mana. Okay, I'll edit those together off stream. How many cards will be at? I'll probably do one more because I'm kind of tired. We only have 7, but yeah, I might just call it now. Actually, I'm feeling dead. It took me 20 minutes to make Party Rage or whatever it's called. Probably shouldn't have taken that long. All right, I'm gonna go through the cards and that'll be it. I'm putting myself at a deficit. It's okay though. Alright, first off, we made Spiritbinder Torment, which is just reincarnate on a stick. I think it's a nice tool to bring back into Shaman, into Standard. And while in Reincarnate was a 2 mana card, putting it on a stick, or putting it at a higher mana cost makes it harder to combo with. So it's worth the mana decrease. If you like count it up, a 2/4 body is worth like 2.5. So theoretically, this card should be like 4 mana. But Fryfisher wanted to create a card that rewarded playing Murlocs in a different way. So this is the result of that card. A little bit of healing for running Murlocs in your deck. So maybe people can run certain Murlocs that are useful in non-Murloc decks. Evolutionary Link was just kind of out of nowhere card. Draw a beast from your deck for each dragon that started in your deck. Yeah, it's just like a really interesting deck building card. Probably ideal draws like 4 or 5, because any more than that, you have a really heavy deck and a lot of cards in your hand that are tough to play. Last Ditch Efforts was inspired by a card that Acid No Bravery made, and we had quite a long discussion about this card and came to the conclusion that Secret Paladin would actually be a pretty interesting deck. And so this was a theoretical support card for Secret Paladin. They would obviously need a couple more cards that generated some board presence, but the idea behind this card is that one thing that Secret Spell Hunter, I probably just keep saying Secret. I'm pretty sure I just said Secret a million times, but I mean Spell. I'm just very tired. Spell Paladin. Something that Spell Hunter had, the spell, yes, Albash. My brain is so fried right now. But yeah, Spell Paladin. Something that Spell Hunter has that Spell Paladin would definitely be lacking in is weapons. So this card does give you a weapon. And so obviously there would need to be a couple more Spell Paladin cards, and they would probably need to be generating board presence. But I think this is a good start. Barrelfish Shooter is just kind of a top-down card, shooting fish in a barrel, so just deal 1 damage randomly until a minion dies. It's exactly the Bouncing Blade effect. As it turns out today, I made 3 cards that exactly have another effect, so I guess there was not a lot of original designs today. The next one is Holozeal's Vengeance, which is exactly Holozeal / Omega Mind's effect on a 1 mana common. Kind of like retroactively fit this into Knights of the Frozen Throne because that's the expansion that introduced lifesteal, but also because it would be pretty insane with Hagatha's scheme right now. Like, you could really just get Renos for insanely cheap, and I don't want to like disjoint the mana cost of this card so high that it becomes unusable. Like, even at 2 mana in Standard, this card is probably strong. So like, if you make it 4 mana, then the card is just completely bad. So I don't want to have to balance it around Hagatha's scheme, so I think that's why I kind of like decided to put it into wild in quotation marks. And then finally, Master of Ceremonies, it's like a Rager card basically. The flavors that he's throwing a Rager and that he is throwing a party. Coincidentally, very similar to Pantry Spider. That just so happened that the party flavor lend this to be a One-Night in Karazhan card, and then Pantry Spider just so happens to exist. But here's the token. It is a 4 mana 5/1. So yeah. Depending on how I'm feeling tomorrow, I might just do the card review thing tomorrow. So tomorrow, tune in, and you might see me reviewing the previous cards that we made on stream. And I think that'll be pretty fun, at least because you guys can provide your input. I'm gonna avoid changing cards too much. Like if a card has like a glaring wording / balance issue, that's a pretty minor tweak to change. Then I'll probably just revise it and call it revised. But like I don't want to have to like, if a card is poorly designed, I'd rather just have it be lesson learned and keep it as it was rather than just like change all the cards we made until they're perfect. So with that, that'll be today's stream. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you guys later.